This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. All of you listen me. See, we finished off all our important and large topics in our forensic medicine and their significance. Now we come to the small topics, but very important topic in the forensic significance. And whenever you go to the postmortem examination, you have to take some care while doing the postmortem or while you receive the dead bodies, and it may be lead the legal justice in a negative way. If you are not taking the care while receiving and doing the postmortem examination or observing the dead body, it will lead the positive facts into the negative facts. It's very, very important and in the court of law also. And in giving the cause of death or time of death or manner of death, it will be absolutely a clue, isn't it? So artifacts is very, very important for legal issues. Total మీరు ఇచ్చిన రిపోర్ట్ అంతా రాంగ్ అయిపోతుంది. You are not aware of these artifacts while doing the postmortem examination or receiving the dead body. So whenever the police came to the brought the dead body to the forensic medicine mortuary, you have to receive the requisition from the police people and inquest report as well as the dead body. And you have to collect and you have to search any defects in the requisition report or inquest report or the dead body. As it is, you have to take it and you have to preserve in the mortuary. While you are going to the doing the postmortem examination, you have to read the inquest report as well as the requisition report. And requisition report is from the police people as a request, and for the purpose, what is the purpose to doing the postmortem examination, and what are the other causes to do the postmortem examination is in detail, like that. And at the same time, you have to observe the inquest report from the police people. Inquest report, all of you know, this is the first inquiry report about the crime voucher or accident, whatever it is. And they will give by the knowledge of the police people and by inquiring the surrounding people at the scene of crime, they will come to a conclusion of as a manner of death, either suicide or murder or accident. So they, and at the same time, they will give the cause of death, apparent cause of death also. So you have to read thoroughly the inquest report also and come to a conclusion that means the cause of death or time since death. But you should not believe it. You don't believe that a report from the inquest report from the police people is correct. But this is the guidance, and then you go for the postmortem examination and you and give your facts or give your opinion as usual, not compare with the police people inquest report. Maybe it is a contradict or a controversy to your report also. Whatever you feel by doing the postmortem examination and report, you have to give that. That's it. అంతేగాని పోలీసులు ఇచ్చారు కదా అని మనం కూడా సూసైడ్ ఆర్ ఇట్ ఇస్ హోమిసైడ్ ఆర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ cause of death is something. Don't give like that. Isn't it? Now come to the point of the artifacts. What is the artifacts? Artifacts are definitely it will lead you in a negative way or in a wrong way. You are not aware of these artifacts. So come to the what is the artifact? See what is the artifact in this? Artifact is any change caused or feature introduced into a body after death that is likely to lead to the misinterpretation of a medical legally significant antemortem finding. See, artifact, any change that is caused or a feature introduced into a body after death, isn't it? So after death, a person brought to the casualty, or while handling the police people or in a mortuary, or drag the dead body in the mortuary, or while doing the uh, that is resuscitation, the casualty as the final events are the treatment aspects. They may introduce some injuries or to some changes in the body. So they are the facts actually. But they will be, if you are not aware of the clinical things or clinical treatment that are injuries caused in the while doing the treatment, you feel you will write in the post-mortem examination as an injury something. So that's why you have to carefully observe these artifacts. So any change, is it introduced after death, before death, even during the treatment or during the post-mortem examination, or by receiving a dead body. You have to seek for it. Is it ante-mortem or post-mortem? That's why I'm thinking any change that is introduced into the body, dead body after death, it's likely to lead the misinterpretation of medical legal significance. So for example, after as a final event, you are doing the resuscitation like this cardiac massage. So cardiac massage, how many times you use the cardiac massage in the case of a final event? So minimum 60 uh, per minute you have to do it. While doing this like this cardiac massage, what happens? The fragile, maybe the ribs of the left side may be fractured. Isn't it? Subfraction over. Or if you give a shock, cardiac shock, that is a current shock wave, we give to the left breast. It will cause a confusion over the breast or chest during the treatment. Suppose, for example, if you are not aware of the clinical issues or clinical treatment, in the post-mortem examination, what do you feel it? A contusion formed due to the treatment by the shock or cardiac massage or fractures of the ribs. You feel that these are anti-mortem injuries. You will write the fracture of the injuries, fracture of the ribs, interosseous ribs, or contusion is there. That is the injury, anti-mortem injury. So it may lead to this is the accidental, not accidental, to the wantedly doing the injuries. That means it may be a homicide or assault. But these injuries are caused due to the resuscitation procedure in the casualty. So that means there is a how to thoroughly go through the treatment aspect. See, after death, maybe also some injuries will occur during while handling the dead body, and dragging the dead body. They may cause abrasions over the back side of the dead body, and like that, some fractures. So you should careful about the antemortem or postmortem examination. It is injuries after death, or these injuries during the treatment, or this is the injuries while exactly due to the assault. So this is the artifact important. Definitely, you can make it as an accident to suicide into a homicide. If you are not aware of this, artifacts very important. So what are the artifacts? I already discussed. The artifacts introduced between the death and autopsy. So the body person is died, and in between doing the postmortem examination. In between these time, from death to autopsy, what are the artifacts introduced into the body? See, first of all, you have to remember the agonal artifacts. These are the artifacts, the regurgitation and aspiration of the gastric contents in a common agonal artifact seen in this case of natural death as a thermal event, and due to the handling the body due to the resuscitation. While this procedure, there is a chance of this is the final events, the resuscitation procedures, and they are handling the body. And in case of the natural death, asphyxial deaths or poisoning deaths, what happens? There is a chance of the aspiration. So these are the agonal artifacts, isn't it? So these are natural one. But if you feel that it is because of the asphyxial deaths or it is your anything like this, you may go into the negative justice. So regurgitation and aspiration. Next come to the second one, that is the esophageal stomalacia occurs due to the autodigestion seen rarely in a person dying of head injury the cerebral. So cerebral damage may be the natural end. So because of this, the esophagogastromalacia will be affected. This is not an antemortem. It's the antemortem, but natural one. So while you are writing the postmortem examination report, if it is an accidental or it is a natural, you have to do this agonal artifacts. Now come to the very important resuscitation artifacts. So an accident or suicidal murder, whatever it may be, dead body came to the person brought to the casualty first. The injection marks of resuscitation are found in the cardiac region on the extremities, or defibrillator applied to the chest may produce a ring-like condition. So in the casualty immediate procedure as a final event to stop the cardiac arrest like this, you are giving the injection like this arterial to any other drugs you are giving. So injection marks of resuscitation are found to be cardiac region and the extremities. They are given already, and a defibrillator applied to the chest may be as a final event to stimulate the heart, producing a ring-like contusion because of the defibrillator. So the person died, and you are doing the postmortem examination. Definitely, there is contusion is there, some injuries over the chest is there. So what do you feel like? If you don't know the clinical history and the clinical case sheet, you are not reading thoroughly the clinical history also, you feel that on the chest means definitely there is an injury. The injection marks, you feel that is a nail marks. Or defibrillator applied over the chest means contusion. So you feel that this is an antemortem contusion. It is an injury. So definitely you feel that if it is a female patient, that means if you feel that injection marks as a nail mark, definitely it is a sexual assault process. Because as automatic. There is a nail marks, so maybe there is a chance of the rape and murder. So if you go through the clinical history, that will be clear after. You can write the injection marks during the resuscitation procedure and defibrillator mark is there. It is a confused, and it will totally change the final report and legal justice. Punishment mark. Whereas naturally, final event and it is an accident. Sorry, it is a natural one. So there is, no one is responsible for that day. Injuries. If you write it as a nail marks and contusion due to the rape and murder, definitely it will go to the final justice. The person will go to the punishment up to the 14 years or rape and murder. So it's a very, very important resuscitation artifacts you have to see for it. Next, come to the intracardiac injection of the heart may show the contusion and blood may be collected in the pericardium. So already we discussed that we are giving the adrenaline and other injections to stimulate the person as the final event. Definitely they will cause the injection marks or any accumulation of the blood in this. So they will feel easily the injury caused by some assault also. And next, external muscles may cause the fracture of the several ribs, sternum, laceration of the liver and the spleen occur. The fracture sites do not show the bleeding of the contusion in view. See, what is the antemortem contusion? Antemortem fractures. Definitely they will shows the vital reactions, accumulation of blood, and you can see the vital reactions of it. But after death of the person got dead and you are doing the external muscles defibrillation marks. So it may lead to the fracture of the ribs and the sternum and the laceration of the liver and the spleen. So if it is antemortem, definitely the fracture is there, and you feel that antemortem, and it is a clinical history is there, so it is the natural. These occurs during the treatment means it is a natural one, not the caused by anyone or any intention. Suppose it is a dead body, you did the cardiac muscles or defibrillation. Fracture sites do not show the bleeding or contusions. Why? Because it is the post-mortem change. Post-mortem bleeding or post-mortem contusion. So this is the very, very resuscitation artifacts will lead the justice into the negative way or either form. Very, very important. Okay, now come to the another artifacts due to the handling of the dead body. So the person is died in the casualty also, or in the outfield also. So now what are the changes that introduced into the body while we are handling the dead? So fresh abrasion due to the time. So the body, if you carefully take the dead body and kept in a ambulance or in the, any vehicle, okay. But if you drag the dead body carefully, that is careless, what happens automatically? There is a abrasions, fresh abrasions over the back of the person occurs. And the next condition of the occipital region head falls on the hard surface. While you are doing the that means handling the dead body, what happens? The head of the occipital region of the dead body may be confusion in the back of the region if the dead body fall on the hard surface or you drag like handling the dead body. If confusion over the occipital region, you feel that if it is a post anti-mortem, that means definitely an injury. That is because of the assault. Isn't it? Why you are doing the post-mortem examination? If you write it is a contusion injury, anti-mortem ornamental, definitely it may be. Goes to the assault and it is the crime. Somebody in natural death, there is a chance of this contusion will be occur on the occipital area also. There is a chances too, because of the rough handling of the dead body. May cause the contusion over the back of the occipital region, no doubt. And the another thing, that is hypostasis, the term you remember post-mortem change. That is the bluish discoloration of the body and the dependent parts of the dead body, or you can call it as hypostasis or darkening of the dead. All of you know in the post-mortem changes we read that. See, this occipital region, suppose the person is in a prone position. The dependent parts are the back and the in head chasing occipital region. So blood may be cool and may be form a hypostasis over the occipital also. Back and the occipital. So you have to see for it. Is it a hypostasis or anti-mortem contusion? So there is a difference between the contusion and the hypostasis. You have to read the hypostasis is the post-mortem change, but contusion is a anti-mortem change. So like that you have to see for it. Next, fracture of the ribs, bones or extremities or cervical spine may occur with handling of the bodies. So if you handling the rough handling of the dead body, a number of injuries may be occur in the dead body. That means like cervical spine or bones fracture, ribs fractures, like that. So you have to respect towards the dead body. All of you have to respect towards the dead body. If you are rough handling the dead body, also there is a punishment for our treatment for our persons. Maybe forensic expert కావచ్చు or అందులో చేసే వర్కర్స్ కావచ్చు or police people కావచ్చు. If you are rough handling the dead body, you have to show you are not showing the respect towards the dead body. It is a punishable offense. Almost 2 years or 1 year or 2 years punishment by this section. So you have to respect the dead body and you have to handle the dead body very carefully. Isn't it? These are the artifacts due to the handling of the dead body now. Now come to the fourth one. Artifacts related to the rigor mortis. Artifacts related to the rigor mortis. See, the handling of the body may cause the breaking of the rigor, mislead the estimation of the time out. And rigor affecting the heart may simulate the concentric hypertrophy of the heart. And rigor in pylorus causes it may be due to the unduly firm and contract. See, what is the rigor? This is the after death there is the total contraction of the dead muscles of the body. You can call it as the rigor mortis due to the depletion of the ATP. So in the vital reaction, that means anti-mortem, the live body, there is a production of the ATP is there. After immediately after death, there is a stoppage of the ATP production. So slowly, the reduction of the ATP is over and the utilization over. At the level, least level of the almost completion of the 85% of the ATP, what happens? The body muscles will go into the contraction, complete contraction of the body muscles. That is, you can call it as a rigor mortis. Suppose there is a time sensitive. Immediately after death, rigor mortis will appear at 2, 3, 4 hours, which will be start to formation of the rigor mortis. Isn't it? Completely maximum it appears at the 12 hours. It will continue with another 12 hours, and it will be disappear in the next 12 hours. 24, 30, 36 hours it disappear. So by that formation rigor mortis unda disappear ayipoyinda or continue avutunda, depends upon that you can give the time since death of the dead body. This is the post-mortem chain. Suppose if you rough handling the dead body, what happens? The rigor will be break. So there is no rigor mortis. Once it is break, it is not will be set up again. So rigor mortis is not there in this because of your rough handling of that body. So what you will give in the time system? So there is no rigor mortis means you feel that there is 36 hours of time system. If you are going to use it word, but it is not correct. It is an artifact. So due to the rough handling of the dead body. So you have to take the care of while you are handling the dead body. Rigor affecting the heart may simulate the concept with hypertrophy. If you do the post-mortem examination, if you observe the heart or events, your rigor body is in the so it will affect it will simulate the heart will be looking like the hypertrophy of the heart because of this contraction. So you can time sense that you can assess. You should not feel it is a hypertrophy of the heart, any other natural disease. Now come to the rigor in viral causes. It may be unduly formed and contracted due to the rigor mortis. So by this, you have to, if you are not breaking the rigor mortis in any part of the body, you can assess the time since death exactly or accurately. Suppose the body is rough handling, and it definitely will goes to the negative report by you. That is the time since that will be a wrong. But rigor mortis breaking of rigor mortis means definitely will give the 36 hours time system. But it will be immediately death. You are not handling the dead body carefully. That's why it will be definitely it will be time sensitive at 12 hours or 24 hours later. But because of the rough handling, it will be break up, and you feel that it is a 36 hours more. So artifacts related to rigor mortis is now got the artifacts related to the post-mortem lividity. Isn't it? The color of the post-mortem lividity or darkening of death hypostasis is usually bluish purple. In case of poisons, may be changed the color of the post-mortem lividity. See, the post-mortem lividity is generally bluish purple in color. The post-mortem change immediately after death of a person, it will be found. That means 2 hours. Immediately after death, it will be found 2 hours. Suppose, for example, in a hanging person, it is hanged from the rope from the wings. So the person will be vertical position. The hypostasis will be dependent parts like hands and legs will be turned into their bluish purplish color. Is it the time since death? Okay, the postmortem lividity. Suppose and the cause of the time since death. But in some cases, what happens? The body will be immediately retrieved the dead body, and they will be just lie down on the ground immediately before the formation of the lividity. So the post-mortem lividity will be appears on the back of the body at this time. So there is a post-mortem change will be there in some artifacts. The person is in the body form, but the person died because of the hanging. Hanging definitely, in case of the hanging, post-mortem lividity will be appears with the hands and the legs, dependent parts of it. So that is the artifact you have to remember. Immediately retrieved, you have to know. And at the same time, cause of death by the examination of the post-mortem lividity, cause of death. The color of the lividity will be changed in the different causes of death. Suppose in case of the cyanide poison, it will be pink color, cherry red color, sorry, in pinkish color in cyanide poison, hypostasis, which is, and in carbon monoxide poisoning, hypostasis will be a cherry red color. So different poisons depending upon the colors of the hypostasis, the cause of death in some cases, poison cases like that. So you have to observe the color of the postmortem lividity and where it forms, the position of the lividity, then we will give. Otherwise, it will be it will go into the artifact. Suddenly, if you retrieve body from the hanging, it is not formed within 2 hours, and lie down on the ground. What means definitely lividity will be formation at the back of the body. So there is a confusion of the cause of that hanging the electric and the some piece hang this will be different. So you go through the textbooks, what are the colors that you change during the that means hypostasis colors will be changed in different times of the cause of that poison tumor. You have to go through the textbooks. Next one, blood in soft tissue in occipital region may be mistaken for the traumatic hemorrhage. Already we discussed that. The body is in a lying position. The hypostasis is found in the dependent parts, occipital area. So if you open it and if you see the condition of blood accumulation, see ఉంటుంది. So you feel that it is a traumatic hemorrhage. But traumatic hemorrhage is antepartum change complete vital changes ఉంటాయి అక్కడ. Otherwise, if it is a postmortem change, there is no the vital reactions ఏమి ఉండవు. It is simply the blood. If you cut it, it will be used up. Isn't it? So next, hypostasis in the heart, the effect of coronary. In lungs, what happens is you feel that pneumonia approach. The blood accumulates in these areas. The posterior lobes of the intestine deeply congested and dark red and the lumen filled with the blood stained fluid, giving the appearance of the infarction. So these are the postmortem change. Actually, hypostasis is a postmortem change. So you have to decide. See, it is a postmortem hypostasis change. It is not the antemortem change. But it may be looking like the antemortem hospital region like a traumatic hemorrhage or the heart like the coronary occlusion, or definitely you can give the time cause of death as a heart attack. That means occlusion of the heart and vessels and cause of death lies. But it is not like that. It is in a bottom of the. And in case of the lungs, you can observe the accumulation of blood like pneumonia. The posterior lobes of the intestine deeply congested and dark red and lumen filled with the blood. So this is the postmortem change. Because of the dependent area, they may occur a formation of blood in these areas, but it appears like infarction. Ischemic changes in the some maybe it is carcinoma. So it may lead you in a wrong diagnosis or so yeah, carefully observe this examination. Next come to the artifacts due to burns. This is very careful. Artifacts due to burns. So burns they already over injuries. Burns injuries. Come to the heat ruptures. It resembles a laceration or inside. So the body in eye heat. The burns maybe nursing or maybe due to the petrol burns. So heat ruptures. That means at the area of the contracted areas, especially elbows and knee joints, the muscles will be contracted at the because of the burns. Coagulation of the proteins of the muscles, and what happens, it will be contracted in case of the burns. So while you are writing or observing, while in case of the postmortem examination, the contractions or heat ruptures at the area of the elbows like that, it is looking like a lacerated wounds or incised wounds. So suppose it is a laceration. What are the features of laceration? You have to recollect what is the features of laceration. Laceration is an antemortem injury. See, incised wound is an laceration is a blunt injury, and the margins of that wound will be irregular. Is it? The incised wound it is a sharp margins. Laceration wound irregular margins. There is a tissue bridges like ఉంటుంది. So you have to see, but if it is an antemortem and at the same time it is a laceration, vital reaction, vital changes on blood clotting also is like that. So it is a heat rupture IUD or laceration or inside. You have to decide, you have to differentiate it, differential diagnosis. If it is laceration inside only, that means antemortem ఉంటుంది. In that there is a struggle or assault or attack of the person. After that, they kill the person and burn it. Isn't it? That means the postmortem burns. But then they have to confuse the police people. They want to confuse the police people, or because of that, they kill the person first. Lacerated wounds, incised wounds, and by the sharp weapons or point weapons, and they will burn it. So the laceration, antemortem or postmortem. You have to decide or differentiate each of this. Next, heat hemorrhage already may simulate extradural hemorrhage. In case of there is accumulation of the blood may be correlated in the extradural hemorrhage in the extradural space due to the burns. If you open the head, there is a chance of the hemorrhage in the extradural space. So it is due to the burns or due to the injury. You have to decide. So it is the postmortem change, definitely due to the burns and number, there is a chance that the color of the blood accumulated will be changed. There is a shoot, history ఉంటుంది, circumstantial evidence ఉంటాయి. So you have to decide it is a heat hematoma or due to the extradural hemorrhage due to the injuries, assault. You have to decide. Next, fat droplets in the pulmonary vessels mistaken as the antemortem pulmonary fat embolism. There may be chance of the postmortem. There is a leakage of the fat droplets into the vessels during the burns. But if you feel that it is an antemortem pulmonary fat embolism, during the accidents, fat embolism chances. So it is not due to the burns. You will give the accident level fat embolism. So you have to differentiate. And next come to the unburnt groove around the neck due to the tightness of the cloth. So the person will be burned by whatever it may be. What happens? The tightening nails, belt area, the pant belt area will be tight, and at the same time the neck due to the buttoning bit. So in neck area, if it will be resist the burnt because of the collar gouge, because of the belt gouge. So it may be looking like a pale color after burns. So doing the postmortem exam, you feel that this area is not burnt and it is white area, looking like what happened? Looking like an antemortem, a strangulation mark like number. With a rope, the to comparison. So that means there is a chance to. If you feel that it is a rope mark or strangulation mark, that is a murder and burnt after that. Isn't it? Otherwise, you know the reason because of the collar or because of the belt, it is a mark. You feel that is the burnt because of that is the burns. So the collar may resemble the strangulation mark. You have to remember very carefully with this. Next, so the artifact due to the firearm wounds. So what is this one? So artifact due to the firearm wounds. Now come the drainage wounds may be mistaken for the firearm wounds. Drainage means doing the postmortem while doing the treatment in the casualty or in the world. What's drainage wounds? And suppose, for example, aspiration of the that means fluids from the stomach. That means in case of the liver, what is the liver cancer? What is the accumulation of the blood and the water fluid into the intestinal abdomen? Is it the fluids, or maybe the pus in the liver, maybe amoebic liver diseases, amoebic pus. Maybe you can try, or any drainage of you will get the tubes into the after for the drainage of the wound after operations. So after that, what happens during the postmortem? They will remove all these tubes, operational tubes. So that wounds will be, you feel that is the firearm wounds. and the bullet may be found and densely captured due to the wound injury. Actual cause of death is. So some people what happens in firearm injuries, maybe military లో ఉండొచ్చు లేదా police people during the Naxalite attacks కావచ్చు. The bullet will be in the body, maybe heart area అవ్వచ్చు, lungs area అవ్వచ్చు, or whatever it may be. Some people, sometimes in case of the firearm accident, what happens? The bullet will be entered into the body and enter to the bone marrow. They will go through the blood circulation also. Some large vessels. It may be dislodged. Injury will be maybe in the chest. The bullet will be in the bone marrow. So we can't find the bullet at the site of the injury. What happens in the next attack? The person will be died because of the heart attack. Next year, then bad due to the accident. Heart attack. So if you do the post-mortem examination, what happens? The bullet will be seen and somewhere, and it is encapsulated. So now you have to decide: is it the person died because of the bullet injury or because of the heart attack? So the bullet, if it is the previous one or a old, the bullet may be found densely capsulated due to the wound injury around the bullet. The actual cause is that there is something, heart attack also, whatever. So you have to carefully while you retrieving the bullets from the body. So next one, the decomposition, skin peel off and the loss of hair and gunpowder from the skin around the entrance wound will be lost. So definitely it is a firearm wound because of the delay or we are not getting the body missing as a missing person. After 3 months, 4 months, you get the body. What happens because of the decomposition? Entry wound have some features. Entry wound and exit wound have some features. All of you know, already finished. So because of the dead body decomposition, the entry wound features will be filled up and removed because of the decomposition. So you have to decide: is it injury due to the firearm wounds or any other wounds? Isn't it? And the margins of entry become ragged, difficult to distinguish the entry from the exit. So because of this decomposition, entry wound and exit wound differences. So you have to thoroughly read and remember the features of the entry wound and what are the features of the exit wound. Then only you can make it as it is entry wound, exit wound. And is it a firearm wound or it is a drainage wound? Drained during the treatment. Liver abscess లో drain చేస్తాము and abdominal fluid in case of the liver cirrhosis కావచ్చు. Like the artifacts in the firearm also you have to thoroughly read about this also. Isn't it? Talk about the artifact due to the animal or insect. We will discuss in the next class, Friday. Up to this, you have to thoroughly read this topic before that in the textbook and go through it. Isn't it? All of you, okay? Very well. Next in Friday class, we will discuss remaining artifacts in the next this chapter. We will finish in the next class. Okay, all of you, you can disconnect. Thank you all.